Hello, good evening. Sorry for the delay in getting the Castle Connect to you all. It was a very busy afternoon, Friday, and so I did not get to this piece or whatnot. But we're here now, and we're getting ready to start another great week. I want to start off with some brag boards from last week. When going around the building, it was a big shift for preparation as far as from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, what was going on in classes. Last week, I saw from 7 to 7:40, I was seeing science enrichment with videos. I was seeing phonic videos going on. I saw small group instruction. I saw one-on-one instruction. I saw students on their already learning path. I saw students working on goals for attendance and tracking their attendance goals. I saw collaborative morning work that was spiraling skills for both reading and math. And so lots of great things going on in the morning, starting our day off, soaking up every single moment that we have with our students. And so I greatly appreciate that and thank y'all for doing that because I know it takes extra effort. And so I appreciate that. I saw less trailing in late this week. Less people sliding in the doors after 7:25. So thank you for that. And just know that I'm a person too, and I understand life happens sometimes, but when it's a regular thing of, coming to work late, whether you believe it or not, that impacts how we show up for our job. So how we feel prepared and how, whether we're flustered and things like that, all of that impacts how our day goes. So thank you for the little things. I feel like those are the things of like, putting on our shoes to even prepare for being in this championship. So thank you for those little things. Um, I will be pulling the report again in the morning for grades. Um, Last week, there were a few people that had 0 grades. Some people had exactly 1 grade in, um, out of all of their subjects, but some people had, like, 18 grades in. So please make sure that we're staying on grades. This week, I will be having conversations, with those that are not on top of, grades. Um Also, I saw another brag board from the week. Some people are really taking off with MTSS, really diving in, asking the good questions, putting those things into practice immediately, doing what they need to do to make sure that they see that their students are rising and making growth. And one teacher in particular has already seen from just implementing those things, her student is excelling. And so it works. It does take time again, but if we can see impact from it, it's worth diving into. So thank you for that. Um, all right, so make sure that you're rotating the room. If you are having issues with your students staying engaged or behavior, again, I highly recommend you wearing your, and I'm grabbing my charm, but wearing your audio enhancement microphone. It throws the students off. They can't tell where you are in the room. And then as you're moving around the room, that's also going to prompt them to be making the right choices. So wear your audio enhancement and make sure that you're rotating the room. If we're only teaching from our desk or if we're only teaching from the board, there's a lot of students that we're probably losing along the way. So make sure we're moving around when feasible. Because I'm a realist. When we're doing small group, we can't move around. But when we're doing whole group, we need to be moving around the room. Um, Sunshine calls. Where are we with sunshine calls? The end of the month is nearing, and we should all have some sunshine calls in to our students to make those positive connections so that when we have to make the hard call, there's already been a positive seed planted. So make sure that we're staying on top of that and that we're logging it in Infinite Campus. Also, if you haven't paid your sunshine dues, please go ahead and do your sunshine dues. Because, and I know if it's the online payment that is holding you up, go see someone in the front office and make a payment in person with cash. That is fine. But I know it's a chore to do at the beginning of the year, and it's like, oh, I got to come off of money or whatever. But when that sunshine is being spread around, everybody wants a piece of the sunshine. So let's do our part in making sure that we're contributing to that. And the Sunshine Committee came up with a nice little incentive of an early out for being a part of it. So please make sure that you don't miss out on those good things. Um, Please do not let students take writing utensils into the restrooms. We're having a lot of graffiti and a lot of, and it's not words of affirmations that they're putting on the wall or Care Bears that they're drawing on the wall. So please make sure that when your students are going to the restroom and traveling about the building, that they are not taking writing utensils with them because we don't want writing on the walls in the hallway. And the custodians are having to clean up a lot of graffiti in the restrooms. Um, Book bags also do not need to go in the restrooms. Have students check in the classroom in the mornings before they're going to the restroom. We got to really get a handle on that. We're having some vandalism happening with soap dispensers being disassembled and taking the soap out, and so we want to make sure we're doing our part and keeping an eye on those things. Let's see what else is on my list from this week. Um, PL norms. Make sure you're being fully engaged during professional learning sessions. Think about it like your lessons. How would you want your students to behave during your lesson? You spend all this time preparing and making engaging activities and putting stuff together, and then they sit and they work on someone else's work from another class. Like, how would those things make you feel? So make sure that we're being fully engaged in our professional learning sessions and staying on top of that. um, and I also like to just kind of talk about those things in-house because if you're going outside of the building to do professional learning, those are the same things that I would expect for then. So I want to let's practice makes permanent. So when we're in-house, let's behave and do things as we would if we were being going out representing Sweetwater at a professional learning session outside of the building. High school workers want to come back. I have two um, groups of people when it comes to the high school workers. I have an opportunity for someone to I have two people that would be part-time employees, kind of. They would come on like Tuesday, Thursday and work in your rooms throughout the whole year. They are work study students from the high school. But then we also have these students that are taking the early childhood education high school course. Most of these students are second year students, so not just, they have some understanding of what's expected. I have talked to their advisor about, this can't be another job for my teachers. They need to be adding to, not taking away from the instructional value and impact in the classroom. But if you are interested in having them, they will be coming twice a week. I want to say somewhere between 10 and 11:30. Not 100% sure on that time. Um, but if you're interested in having a high school worker come and support your classroom, you would decide what they're doing in the classroom, whether that's tutoring, whether that's doing interventions, whatever. You would be deciding that, but helping them to grow and trying to recruit people to come into the profession. So making sure we're leaving a positive impact on um, what people think about the profession. Do, 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 do. Pick up time from specials. Guys, it's important that you pick your students up and drop them off on time for specials. Specials teachers are entitled to a planning and a lunch as well. And if you don't pick them up, then that cuts into their time. So please, please, please make sure that you're picking them up on time. This is a courtesy reminder. Teacher Workday is approaching. Just as last year, I do want agendas before the Teacher Workday for each grade level of what is going to be done on the Teacher Workday per years past. Mr. North's expectation has not changed on going out on those days. You may order food in if you guys would like to do some type of tailgate, kickoff, potluck, or something like that. I am game for that, but we cannot go out to lunch on those days. But please get me those agendas prior to at a minimum of the Friday before the teacher work day. A lot of I know a lot of teams are using that time to do parent teacher conferences for this 9 weeks. Diversity committee, I do need to follow up with you all. I need to meet with you briefly after school on Monday, just for a quick check in to give you some feedback on the Hispanic Heritage Month, but also to check in and make sure we're preparing for things like Veterans Day that will be right around the corner in November. So we want to get something together for that, and also, push something out to families if for how we're going to involve them in that. Okay, so that is it for me as far as just housekeeping. I am going to also include some bullets that are coming from teaching and learning for updates from teaching and learning in our newsletter. So please take a moment to review those things. I hope that you are letting the students listen to at least a little bit of their morning affirmations in the broadcast. I think it's important how we set the tone and start our day and just having that positive outlook. Um, I know we think that it's a given, but not everybody knows that there are people that love them. And so we need to make sure that our students know that we care and know that we believe in them, and also know that they are capable of doing great things, as are you. And so again, thank you so much for your dedication, your hard work, and everything you're doing to make sure we're offering the best learning opportunity possible for our Knights. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this week, and I hope that you have a great evening. Thank you and take care.